Have you ever stopped to consider that the reality you experience might not be the objective truth? What if the world you perceive, the events you remember, and even the people you interact with are elaborate constructions of your own brain, often diverging from what is actually out there? It sounds like science fiction, but the truth is, your brain is a master illusionist, constantly creating a version of reality that in many ways does not exist. For centuries, we have largely assumed our senses are reliable windows to the world. We see, we hear, we touch, and we believe. But modern neuroscience reveals a far more complex process. Your brain is not a passive receiver of information. It is an active constructor, a relentless storyteller. It takes fragmented sensory data and weaves it into a coherent, often convincing narrative. This narrative is heavily influenced by your past experiences, expectations, emotions, and survival instincts. When light hits your retina or sound waves vibrate your eardrum, that is just raw data, a jumble of electrical signals. Your brain then performs an incredible feat of interpretation, filling in gaps and even inventing details to create a seamless picture. Take, for instance, your blind spot. Every human eye has a point where the optic nerve connects to the retina, creating a gap in your vision. Yet you never experience a black hole. Your brain interpolates, filling in missing information based on surrounding visual data. It creates a reality that is not actually there, just to make sense of the world. This is not just about minor optical quirks. Our brains constantly make predictions about what we expect to perceive, and these predictions heavily influence what we actually see or hear. If you are walking through a dark, unfamiliar alley, your brain might interpret a rustling leaf as footsteps or a shadow as a lurking figure. Your fear, past experiences, and predictive models actively shape your perception, creating a reality more about your internal state than the external environment. This is why two people can witness the same event and come away with different accounts. Their brains have constructed different realities from the same raw input. Beyond immediate perception, our memories are perhaps the most striking example of the brain's creative power. We tend to think of memory as a video recording, a perfect playback of past events, but this could not be further from the truth. Memory is a reconstructive process. Every time you recall an event, your brain actively rebuilds it, often incorporating new information, current emotions, and even suggestions from others. This means your memories are not static. They can change and evolve over time, sometimes without you even realizing it. Consider eyewitness testimony. It is often considered powerful evidence in court, yet studies have shown how unreliable it can be. Leading questions, post-event information, and the passage of time can subtly alter a person's memory. People can genuinely believe they saw something that never happened, or misremember details, because their brains have confabulated or filled in missing pieces to create a coherent narrative. This is not a deliberate lie. It is the brain's natural tendency to create a complete story, even if it has to invent parts of it. The reality of the past, as you remember it, is often a story your brain has told itself, not a perfect historical record. Then there are cognitive biases, the mental shortcuts our brains take to process information efficiently. While often helpful, these biases can profoundly distort our perception of reality. Confirmation bias, for instance, leads us to seek, interpret, and remember information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. If you believe a certain politician is corrupt, your brain will be more likely to notice and remember stories supporting that belief, while dismissing evidence to the contrary. You literally see what you want to see, or what you expect to see, creating a reality that aligns with your internal worldview, regardless of objective facts. The availability heuristic makes us overestimate the likelihood of events easily recalled or vivid in our minds. If you constantly see news reports about plane crashes, you might perceive air travel as more dangerous than it statistically is, even if you know the numbers. Your brain constructs a reality where that threat is more prominent simply because it is more available in your memory. Our social and emotional states also play a massive role in this brain-created reality. When you are in love, the person you adore might seem flawless, their quirks endearing. When you are angry, the same person might appear irritating and flawed. Your emotional state literally changes how your brain perceives them. Groupthink. The phenomenon where people conform to the opinions of a larger group can lead individuals to genuinely believe things that contradict their own initial perceptions, simply because the social pressure is so strong. The collective reality of the group can override individual objective reality. So why does your brain do this? Why does it constantly create a reality that does not entirely exist? The answer lies in efficiency and survival. The world is an overwhelmingly complex place, filled with an infinite amount of sensory data. If your brain had to process every single piece of information objectively, it would be paralyzed. Instead, it has evolved to be a predictive machine, constantly making educated guesses and filling in the blanks to create a coherent, manageable, and actionable model of the world. This allows you to react quickly, make decisions, and navigate your environment without being bogged down by raw data. It is a shortcut, a heuristic, designed for survival, not necessarily for objective truth. Understanding that your brain constructs reality is not about questioning your sanity. It is about gaining profound insight into the human condition. It highlights the importance of critical thinking, of questioning your own assumptions, and of seeking diverse perspectives. It fosters empathy, as you realize that others' realities might be genuinely different from your own, shaped by their unique experiences and biases. In a world saturated with information, where narratives are constantly being spun and reshaped, recognizing the brain's inherent tendency to create its own reality becomes an invaluable tool. It empowers you to be more discerning about the information you consume, more reflective about your own beliefs, and more understanding of the myriad ways in which we all experience the world. The reality you inhabit is a masterpiece of your own making, a testament to the incredible power and complexity of the human brain. But remember, it is a masterpiece, is constantly being painted, and you hold the brush.